host of the Gridiron.
The Giants are in kind of like with their game here against the Eagles, kind of like a no-win situation, right? I mean, if they win against the Eagles' backups, right, they were supposed to win, right? But if they win, and they win against the Eagles' backups, okay, great, what we do? That's what you were supposed to do, but it's going to cost you in the draft, right? It's going to make you slide on down, right? If they lose, the Giants starters lose to the Eagles backups. Wow, it's gonna be comical, really, really comical. But I mean, that's why you play the game. So the Giants are kind of like that might help the Giants draft stock, but it's also going to make them look rather laughable. Maybe we're rather laughable right now to the rest of the NFL, but yeah, but according to Dable, right, all hands are on deck, right? Giants will play to win Sunday versus the Eagles, as Dable says the Giants will do everything we can do to play a good game and obviously win. I mean, the one thing is, these guys, they don't care. They're not there to tank. They could care less about Giants drafting Shador, Cam, or anybody like that. They don't care, right? They're there to win the game. They want to put good stuff on tape, right? As I brought this up, I don't know what it was last week, I guess. Well, like with Locke, right? We don't have any quarterbacks next year under contract. Locke wants to put some good stuff on tape. So either he can do one, show the Giants, look what I'm capable of doing. You want to re-sign me again, right? Or make him look good to the other 31 teams out there. Look what I can do with a crappy offensive line. Not a good offense. Right? Look what I can do. He's going to want. He wants to make some money. I mean, he'll be out there somewhere on a team next year, regardless. But do you want to be on a team that pays you $1 million a year because you look like crap with the Giants, or do you want somebody to pay you maybe another $5 million to whatever, 5, 6, 7, whatever, next year, because you want a crappy team, meaning the Giants, but you look pretty good, So the guys gonna be out there balling, right? All these guys are their resume. This is all their resumes, right? I mean, if they're not playing with the Giants next season, they want to put some good stuff on tape. So these other 31 teams are like, hey, this guy's pretty good. The Giants let him go. Didn't re-sign him. Let's pick him up, right? So, I mean, the guys don't care, right? They don't care. So they are, they're everybody's playing to win the game, right? So, obviously, this article just came out. Let's see here. I said the Giants already lost control of the number 1 overall pick. They aren't going to enter Sunday's season finale against the Eagles worrying about trying to improve their current number 4 spot in the draft order. They're entering the game to finish the season with back-to-back victories. And what you were saying there, Benny, I mean, obviously, they go from like number 1 and they might slide all the way back to number 8 or 9 or 7 or something like that. It's like Dable was saying, we put everything we got into it. That's what we'll do this week, said head coach Brian Dable. We do everything we can do to play and coach as well as we can. The Giants are 3-13, have not won in Philly since 2013. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. It seems like 7 lifetimes ago. And Dable and Joe Shane are fighting to keep their jobs beyond Sunday night. The 13-3 Eagles, who are favored by 2.5 points with their backups in there, have already clinched the NFC East title and are locked into the number 2 seed position in the upcoming playoffs. So this, if they win, it doesn't matter to them. If they lose, it doesn't matter to them. Okay? They will rest Saquon, denying him a chance to break Eric Dickerson's 40-year-old single-season rushing record and several other starters. For the Giants, every healthy starter will play. We're just going to focus on us and go out there and try to perform well, they will say. Obviously, we're going to talk about the in just a brief moment here. We're going to talk about the injuries. Eagles have quite a few. but a lot of their injuries are the guys that they're pretty much resting. Which I mean to me is the right thing to do. For them. Um, yeah, for their sake. I can't stand the Eagle. Oh, I hate the Eagle, but I mean for their sake, this is a meaningless game. I mean, the only thing you could say would be, if they were to put their starters in there and just keep pounding the rock with Saquon. I mean, with their offensive line and as banged up as the Giants are, I probably wouldn't take Saquon much more than a half or 3/4, maybe and then start pulling all the starters and then put the backups in there. The thing would be, the interesting thing would be, like, say if the Eagles had locked up the number 1 seed overall, would give them a bye. That would make things a little bit, well, a couple of things would be interesting. One would be if the Eagles had locked up the number 1 spot and this game didn't matter. Would they rest everybody? Because you want to rest your players in week 18, then have a bye week, right? Rest them again and then play. So that means they wouldn't have played a game in 3 weeks. That's a long time not to play a football game. Obviously, if this game meant something to them, right, they could have slid up or down. I'm sure they probably would have put all hands on deck. Let's not forget, remember, it was a couple of years ago, when we went to the playoffs, right, that final game of the season, the Eagles needed that one. They wanted to lock up the number 1 spot. We went in there. It didn't matter to us. We were locked. I think we were 6, I think it was, in the playoffs. We knew, it didn't matter if we won or lost. We were locked in. So, we put in a bunch of backups. Davis Webb there. Remember, Kenny Galladay caught his only touchdown reception of his Giants career in that game, right? And the Giants backups in Philly. I mean, it's just going to show you how crazy things are. Final game of the season, the Eagles had their starters in, really wanted to win the game. In Philly, we hadn't won in Philly in 400 years. We got our backups in there, and we lost by, I think, 8 points, 7 points, 24-16, 23, something, whatever like that, with our backups against their starters. Meanwhile, during the season, when it was we were at home, our starters against their starters, they tortured us, absolutely tortured us. So just crazy stuff. Will be perfectly healthy in Detroit is not. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I said the only thing I said that's going to prevent Detroit possibly, you got to play the games, but from not making to the Super Bowl would be, their defense. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's just because I can't stand the Eagles. It's like it's like let's hurt everybody. The Detroit's the better team. It's like the football gods. Above. Detroit's the better team, but man, we got to get the Eagles to the Super Bowl. We got to get. Let's really make it look. Let's really kill the Giants this year, right? With injuries, but let's also get Saquon rush over 2,000 yards. We'll get them to the Super Bowl. They'll win the Super Bowl. That'll really embarrass the heck out of the Giants. Yeah, right? So the football gods up there. Yeah, we'll totally annihilate the Lions defense. Yeah, meanwhile, everybody on the Eagles is pretty healthy. I mean, they've been really healthy all year long. I mean, Hurts is, this is like he's gets concussion. All right, so I have to watch that going forward. But, I mean, the Lions, if they don't make it, it's because their defense is decimated. Right? Meanwhile, if the Eagles' defense was as decimated as the Lions' defense was, the Eagles probably wouldn't be a threat to go to the Super Bowl. If the Eagles were as decimated as the Giants are, right? They probably wouldn't be a threat to go to the Super Bowl. But the Eagles are relatively healthy. And they're resting all the starters this week. So everything's kind of lining up just for those Eagles, just to go to just go right to the Super Bowl. I can't stand him. It's like, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm a little lost. Why are the Eagles the chosen ones to be so healthy? And it's, some of these other, I mean, like I know the 49ers had a bunch of injuries. The Lions defense is decimated. Of course, the Giants, they've been decimated. Not that the Cowboys would have gone. I don't know. They might have maybe, I don't know. But I mean, they lost Dak, right? I mean, once they lost Dak, that really hurt some of their chances. Yeah, but why are the Eagles so lucky? Well, why are these other teams decimated? Why the Eagles really? I mean, look, Saquon he plays with the Giants every other year. He's banged up and he misses games. Hasn't missed anything with the Eagles this year. Mekhi Becton, he goes there. He's playing guard. He missed like almost 2 full seasons with the Jets. He got injured 1 year. I can't remember. It was 2020 or 2021. He played in the first game of the season with the Jets, right? He hurts his knee or something like that, missed the entire next season. But then he goes to the Eagles, and he's healthy as can be. I think he missed 1 game, this whole season. So between Barkley and Becton, who do nothing with the Jets and the Giants, with just nothing but like miss time because they get injured. With the Eagles, they're fine. They're good. They don't even have a cold. They don't even have jock itch. Nothing. I mean, it's like, why are the Eagles so lucky? I mean, but anyway. But I said, I mean, you're right with the Lions. If their defense is just totally decimated by injuries, they're going to have to outscore people. That's what they're going to have to do. At least they have the home field advantage to start the playoffs anyway. So if they get to the championship game, they'll have the home field advantage. So hopefully that'll help them. But so the Giants. I mean, we're going to talk about in just a second here all these injuries, but the Giants got some injuries as well too. But they're trying to win the game. Are they going to win it? Who knows? I said they're pretty much a no-win situation. If they wind up winning, they're supposed to win. If they're playing the other team's backups, but then it's going to hurt their drafts. Yeah, their draft. If they lose, they'll be obviously we're a laughing stock it is now, but we'll be more of a laughing stock if we wind up losing to the Eagles' backups.